The strange thing about betrayal is how quiet it can sound. No warning, no thunder, just a small shift in the air that tells you something isn't right. That's how it felt the day my wife walked through the front door, grinning. Not smiling. Grinning. The kind of grin people wear when they're full of a truth they think you'll never discover. She tossed her purse on the couch and said, "Lunch ran a little long." Just that. Casual. Light. Almost musical. But it didn't match the look in her eyes. Those eyes avoided mine, flicking instead toward the hallway, the kitchen, anywhere but my face. I'd been married long enough to know her tells. And this was a scream wrapped in silence. I didn't ask anything. Not because I trusted her. No, that trust had been thinning for months. But because watching her try to act normal told me more than any question could. She filled a glass of water with hands that trembled. She kept talking, meaningless chatter about the traffic, the heat, the menu at whatever restaurant she claimed she visited. Every word felt rehearsed, polished, too smooth to be real. Something inside me shifted. Not anger. Not yet. Just awareness. Later that evening, she showered quickly, like someone washing away a story they didn't want found. When she stepped out, I noticed a faint perfume on her skin, one she didn't own, one I had never smelled before. Soft, masculine, expensive. The kind men wear when they want to be memorable. She didn't notice me watching her. Or maybe she did and pretended she didn't. Either way, the truth was already forming. Slowly, clearly, and painfully. What she didn't know was that I wasn't going to confront her. Not then. I was going to make her tell on herself. The next day I acted normal. Too normal. Coffee in hand, I left for work, kissed her on the cheek like nothing had happened, smiled as she smiled back, and let her think I believed every word she had spun the day before. She didn't notice the subtle shift in my gaze, the one that measured every step, every hesitation, every lie. By evening I had a plan forming. I started documenting everything. Not angrily. Not like a man driven by revenge, but meticulously, coldly. The receipts, the messages, the timing, even the small details she thought were meaningless. The way her phone buzzed and she hid it under the table. The way she walked a little straighter when someone called her name. Every thread, every tiny secret, was being woven into a map I could follow. 2 days later, I followed her to the cafe she claimed was for errands. She wasn't alone. Lunch had been more than a sandwich and coffee. It had been him. That man she had smiled at, whispered to, laughed with, and thought I'd never notice. She didn't know I was watching. She thought she was clever. She was not. I came home, set my bag down, and pretended to scroll through emails. She walked in humming. I didn't speak. I let her believe the night was ordinary, just like every other night we had shared before her secrets started unraveling. And then I left a small trail. A note on the counter, subtle but visible. Nothing threatening, nothing accusatory, just a hint that I knew more than she imagined. Her expression changed the instant she saw it. Her grin faltered. The mask of confidence cracked just slightly, and I felt the first tremor of satisfaction. She had started something she couldn't finish. And I was ready to guide it to the very end. The confrontation didn't need shouting. It happened in silence. She came home the next evening, expecting the same routine, the same complacency she had relied on. But this time I had arranged everything. The evidence, the receipts, the messages, it was all there, plain and undeniable. She froze when she saw the documents neatly stacked on the table. Her grin disappeared. Her eyes searched mine, desperate, pleading, but I gave nothing away. I didn't need to. The truth did the talking. I can explain, she stammered. But there were no words left that could fix what had been exposed. The lie she had thought so carefully hidden now stared back at her in black and white. I let her sit in that moment, letting her feel the weight of her own choices. Every secret, every betrayal, every false smile, laid bare. And when she finally looked up, the fear, the panic, the realization of loss filled her face. She had underestimated me. Underestimated what patience, observation, and silent strategy could do. And now she would pay, not with anger, not with revenge, but with the quiet justice of consequences. Some victories aren't loud. They're sharp, silent, and unforgettable.